This is Mark and Bob from Fire Mountain Outdoors. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, I talked to the folks at Leupold and said, hey, we are building an AR long-range rifle. What would you guys suggest for a scope to put on this? They sent us out for review a VX6 3-18. This is stock number 120597. I saw the price, I had sticker shock, but then I started using this thing and I fell in love. Stick around, I'm going to tell you all about it.
So what we've got here is the VX6 today with the fire dot reticle. I love that fire dot.
I love the fire dot. So the fire dot is a dot that illuminates right in the middle of the crosshair. The beauty of the fire dot is it has adjustable intensity, just like a regular red dot would. So you can increase or decrease it, but it's motion sensitive. It turns itself on and off. You can put the thing in the safe, turns itself off. You grab it, it's ready to go.
Right.
I love that. It naturally gives you a bright center at the point of impact, and I love it for engaging live actual targets. Another thing that it has a side focus for your parallax.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us are used to having the parallax up here. So we're shooting at 100 yards, and to correct the parallax and to clear the image, then you'd have to break position, look up at the rifle, and turn it. Okay, that's 400 yards, or now I'm at infinity. You don't do that. You can naturally see that from your shooting position and turn it without changing. That's huge for me. So we've set the 0 on the rifle. Once you've got it zeroed and you want a reference point for repeatability for the windage, it's as simple as pulling the turret out, and then you can spin it to whatever. It's got a little hash mark here, so we're going to set the 0 to that hash mark right there, and then you just put it back in, and then it's ready to engage. You need a tool to set the elevation. So once you've zeroed the rifle, you loosen these Allens. Leupold does supply the Allen with it, and then you just put it back to that lock position. Once again, a big fan of that lock. And then tighten the set screws that go up against the actual adjustment underneath, and you are good to go. Make sure you set these firmly so they don't shift on you in the field. The controls on the Leupold are intuitive and easy to use. This is your eyepiece focus. This is for focusing the crosshair to your target. It's nice and stiff that it's stiff enough that it's not going to be easily moved in the field, or if your scope covers engage with it. Once you get it set, it's firm enough, but it's smooth enough that it's still easy enough to adjust. The power is just the right tension, very smooth, easy to adjust. Here we are at 3 power, here we are at 18 power, and that is super intuitive. It has a nice knob, so you have a reference. Here we have the parallax adjustment right here. We go from infinity down to about 30 yards right there. Once again, you can see the numbers. It's got a nice hash mark to reference it. It's easy to see, easy to use from the shooting position. Here's the lock that I like so much. Right now I cannot turn or change or shift the elevation adjustment, but once I take the lock out, I can put it up. One thing you can't do is go down, so it's idiot proof basically. Once again, this can be changed to a CDS dial that's custom matched to your cartridge. Turn it back, click, intuitive, bam, back to 0. On the side here we have the fire dot, this little button here. If you press and hold, it turns on or off the fire dot, and just some taps increase the intensity until you go around the circle and do it again. Very easy to use. I've been a Leupold fan forever.
I've been a Leupold fan forever. All of my hunting rifles have a Leupold scope on it.
Me too. My favorite is the VX3 3.5 to 10. That's a great scope. It's been durable. I have one on one of my hunting rifles. My son has one. My dad has one. I think it's a great scope. It works great for up here in the Pacific Northwest. It's very clear. Those scopes, they're about a $600 or $700 scope.
Right.
You can buy them about $500 on sale. This is an $1,800 scope, and you can find it street price about $1,200 or $1,300. That's a significant increase in price from, say, $500 to $700 to $1,300 to $1,800. So, where is that? In the clarity of the glass, I can't say that I saw huge gains over the already stellar VX3 line.
Yeah, when you go from the VX1 to the VX3, you see just an immense amount of clarity, and the color is popping.
Right, and from the 2 to the 3, so those steps are the same way. So this is, there's a point of diminishing returns. So if I was going to look at this expecting to see that much, we don't really see that. Stellar glass, but we had stellar glass before. The money difference comes in the clockwork.
Right.
So that's what I expect from this. So our regular hunting scopes, we set those and forget those, basically.
Exactly. Right.
So the turrets are underneath caps and covers. We zero it in. We may do Kentucky Windage or holdover for long-range stuff. And so we don't need a lot of quality or repeatability in that clockwork. We just need it to stay solid and stay in the same place.
Right.
In this, because we're long-range shooting,
constantly moving that.
That's right. It's going to go up, down, left, right. We're going to be moving that a lot, and we need it to be exactly in the same spot when we get done tweaking it and clicking it back and forth. So we've got that lock position in there, so we always return to 0. What we're going to do now is load up some magazines and go walk the square and verify that this is repeatable.
Yeah, and so for those of you that don't know what walking the square is, we're going to be aiming at one point on the target. We're going to move it 30 clicks down, then we're going to move it 30 clicks right, 30 clicks up, 30 clicks left, and that should put us right back to our initial point of impact.
Let's test it.
Let's do it. Walk the square.
Got it.
All right, so we're going to move 16 up. We're going to move 16 to the right. Move 16 down. And we're going to move 16 to the left.
Scared the crap out of that butterfly.
Yeah, it sure did. All right, let's take a look at our targets.
All right.
Weapons clear. So walking the square.
Oh, look at you! You even drew a square on yours, Bob.
Yeah, because I had a square.
All right.
How's your parallelogram looking?
Wait, it's not. Mine's
Trapezoid.
Polygon.
Something. It's a something-a-gon.
Yeah.
Or an anoid.
You're making me sweat. Recalling. So yours is a perfect square. You did good.
It's pretty darn close. You know, we find that with the PPU ammo that we get about 1 M.O.A. at 100 yards.
Yep.
With the 6.5 Grendel.
Uh-huh.
And both of ours are within 1 M.O.A. on our squares. But most importantly, they ended up back at 0 where we started out.
Right, we'll go into a close-up of yours. So we fired 2 shots to establish a base. We moved up 16 clicks, 4 inches. Moved over 16 clicks, 4 inches. Came down, came over. Group was still centered right there. And we'll also look at mine. Did the same thing. Within 1 M.O.A. Up, over, down, and back. And the group was restored right where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so I'd say that that's confirmed that we have repeatability with the clicks on this scope.
That's right, which is huge for a long-range scope. That's
very much so.
that's definite, and it did really well on it.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do, Bob, is we're going to do some more of that math that made me sweat.
Oh, it's going to make my head hurt.
And we're going to calculate M.O.A. and drop right now. Eli's setting up a gong at around 500 yards. We also have a new cool thing that we're testing for Leupold. A lot of Northwesterners, where Leupold is actually from, like to say Leupold, but it's actually pronounced Leupold.
That's right. And this is their RX 1200i, the TBR-W. And this works really well for figuring out our yardage.
Right, does the TBR, does true ballistic range. We're going to be shooting downhill at a gong at roughly 500 yards. We're going to dial it in. We're going to figure out what the ammo drops at that range, and we're going to see if we can hit a little gong at 500 yards.
500 yards.
Just by doing the elevation adjustment on scope.
All right. Well, it's nice and windy, so let's get set up.
All right. All right, so this is the beginnings of our long range right now. And what we've done is we set up a gong down below where we can see it. And I just checked the range with this RX 1200i Leupold rangefinder, and that gong is at 494 yards from my shooting position. Now I'm going to do some stuff that's not all high-tech ballistic here. I know from the Hornady box that it says that it drops 52 inches at 500 yards. So we're just going to use that 500 yards number, and we know that this Hornady AMAX 123 grains, they drop 52 inches. I'm going to make an assumption that this Grandol ammo also drops the same. It's 120 grain, so it's pretty similar. So I'm just going to say it drops roughly about 52 inches. So I'm going to do the math in my head. So 50 inches at 500 yards is 10 M.O.A. So I'm going to have to move my scope up. I have a 100-yard zero. If we look here, this is set for a 200-yard zero and has 2.2 inches high at 100. So first I'm going to dial that out, and I'm going to go up 8 clicks, and then I'm going to go up another 40 clicks for 10 M.O.A, and then I'm going to shoot that gong. So 48 clicks up from my current zero, pull the trigger, I'm hoping for a clang. Let's try it. All right, Bob.
All right.
48 clicks. I'm going hot.
I heard a clang. Just above it. Hit. Just over it.
Nice. I think that last one was a clangy clunk that hit the strap because I saw her book.
Oh, okay.
Ha! I like that scope.
Good job.
At first, I thought that when I got done with this review, I was going to send it back.
Right.
Because $1,800 is crazy talk.
Yeah.
But here, let me tell you how this works. Because I'm likely, well, there's no likely. I'm going to write a check because I'm keeping the scope because I love it.
Right.
So let's just talk this down. $1,800 is MSRP. If you go through 1-800-GUNS and Gear, or they're our favorite, or other online retailers, you're going to find it around $1,200, $1,300, maybe a little bit less on sale. But so now it's only a $1,200 scope. Okay, well, $1,200 scope, that's a lot.
It's ACOG money.
Exactly. I have an ACOG. You have an ACOG. It's premium glass.
And it was easy to talk myself into that. And it's going to be just as easy to talk myself into something like that.
If you look, see, I believe to the old mantra that you should put as much money into your glass as you did into your rifle.
Right. If you don't, it's kind of stupid.
Just plan on it. If you're planning a budget for a rifle build, and you spend all your money on the rifle, and then you put crappy optics on it, you have a crappy package. So you need to split that up. And I've done that with my hunting rifles for years and years and years. So if we take that metric into account, this fits right into that budget too.
Right.
Just don't tell the wife. You should start counting ARs. And then,
they don't watch our videos.
Oh yeah, that's right. The wives don't watch our videos, so we're good. But really, so it's not that far off. I think now there are more budget-friendly options from Leupold, the VXR Patrol line and some other ones that I'm running that cost less money and they're a great value, but they don't have the features that this has.
Right. You know, the glass on this is stellar. The glass is great on the Patrol line, but this doesn't have, you know, where you can take that and lock it at your zero.
Right.
And be able to, you know, very easily dial up to where you want to be and then be on target.
Oh, and the range of power. For me, I wanted this to be my mule deer gun. I want to harvest a mule deer with, I haven't got a big game animal with an AR platform yet. And so this is why I built this rifle. This has the 3-power, low power setting, which is essential. I need low power because as much as I'd like to shoot an animal and take them at 400 yards, the last 2 mule deer that I've got have been under 50 yards. Right. I've busted them during the middle of the day out of their beds and pow, it was a quick snapshot. If you had a scope that had a 6-power base, then if I threw that up, all I'd see is hair.
Yeah, walking through the woods like this, you know, you've shot out in this very vicinity right down there. The 6-power, you're not going to be able to get onto it the way you can with a 3-power.
Exactly. I love the fire dot. Fire dot is instinctive, quick. For that quick snapshot, having that fire dot is just awesome. I really, really like it. The locking adjustability, being able to set your parallax without having to look up at the top of the rifle.
And another great feature on that side focus parallax, if you don't have a rangefinder with you, you can figure out basically what your yardage is by dialing it into focus.
You can make a guesstimate off of that. It's better than nothing.
Exactly.
Right. You get it into focus, look over at the side and go, oh, that's further than I thought.
Yeah, we're looking out here at 500 yards. You know, we can't see the target with our naked eye. I mean, instinctively, I'm thinking, wow, that's going to be 700, maybe 1,000 yards.
Right.
It's kind of surprising it was only at 5.
Right.
But still.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great scope. I think it's going to belong right here on this rifle forever.
Yeah, and the only problem is now I've got to figure out how to scratch the coin to get one for myself as well, because I think that this is going to be the versatile, all-around scope that I'm going to want as well.
Right. I think this is a great option. There's a lot of guys that are buying the Ruger Precision Rifle, the PRS, and now they have the latest revision. A bunch of guys are getting 338 Lepuas, that kind of stuff. I think for a precision rifle, this is also a great option.
Right. You don't want to have a precision rifle and then rush out to buy the cheapest scope that you can buy. I mean, you could get by with other lesser brands, but they're not going to have the options or the clarity that this does.
Yep. Nope. It's great. So we're going to scroll all the credits right now as far as what the specifications are on this, the weight and everything, so everyone knows what that is. And we want to appreciate you for watching, taking the time to watch this. It's the reason that we're here. And your likes and your subscriptions are what the fuel that drives this engine. So we thank you for that.
Yeah, and you can't take back a bullet, folks, and you never want to wish that you ever could.
Follow 4 basic safety rules, and we'll see you out in the field.
All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.